The teacher is a new teacher in their first full year of teaching. The instructional coach and teacher are having a conversation about some concerns that both the teacher and instructional coach had. This scene takes place in the first months of school. Hello, Mr. Ramsey. Thanks for coming to meet with me. How are things going so far this year?
I feel that I'm adjusting okay, but I do have some concerns about getting to know my students. I want to build trusting relationship with my students. However, I feel what I'm doing is not working.
Now, why do you think it's important to build a trusting relationship with your students?
Building a trusting relationship is important because I want them to feel part of the class. I want my students to be able to communicate in class without worrying about being judged and made fun of. I also want them to be able to enjoy coming to school and learning.
Those are some good reasons for building that relationship with your students. I have been in your class and your room is so inviting. Something you can do to help build that relationship is to just get to know your students. You can send home an interest survey for the students and parents to fill out. Once you get the interest surveys back, you can go through them and try to include some of the things the students like in your lessons. For example, if there are some students that are creative and like to make things, when you're teaching about shapes, you can have them make two things out of the shapes you are focusing on, and they can describe the shapes using attributes. Here, the students will be actively engaged in the lesson because they are doing something that piques their interest.
Oh, okay. I'll send an interest survey home in their Tuesday packet and we'll go from there.
The instructional coach and teacher are meeting again a few weeks later. When they met before, there were some concerns brought up. When they met, they came up with some ideas on how the teacher can improve. 2 weeks have gone by, and the instructional coach has been in to observe the teacher. We pick up where they are about to debrief the observation. Hi, Mr. Ramsey. How are things going?
Things are going well.
Every time I come into your room, I enjoy it. Your students are always on task. They are actively engaged. When I came in on Monday, they were completing a math scavenger hunt. I saw that you were recording your lesson.
The strategies that you have shared with me has helped me to make sure that what I'm teaching is more meaningful to my students and engaging. Yes, I remember that I had to record myself teaching a lesson in college and I had to write a reflection about it. I decided to do that so I can see what I can do better.
That is a great idea. I know we have only been in school for a couple of months now, and something that I noticed when I observed you was the classroom management. How are you coming along with your classroom management?
It is not where I would like it to be.
What do you mean? How do you want it to be?
I want the students to be able to have fun and enjoy learning, but also know the rules of the school and class. Something I have been doing, though, is when a disciplinary issue happens in class, I try not to be loud about it so the whole class will not know and get distracted from their work. I take the student or students that are involved to the side and discuss what's going on.
Having a good classroom management system will help build that trusting relationship with your students also. Classroom management begins with you. When I was in high school, I had this physics teacher that would have real life conversations with us. Something that he told us has stuck with me. He said that when teaching, you start off tough, then slowly ease up. It is hard to toughen up when you start off easy. You have to let the students know that you care about them and their education, but you are the one in charge. Also, you have to make sure that you show fairness and consistency with the students. If you like, if you like, I can have you observe a couple of teachers and you can see how their classroom management is in their classroom.
That'll be a great idea. Thank you, Miss Douthit, for listening to me and all of your help.